Yo, what's up? Welcome to the Files with Dub podcast, episode 1. I'm your host, Dub. This is my co-host, the very entertaining and insightful L'Oreal. L'Oreal, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling blessed and beautiful and so thankful to be here. How you feeling, Dove?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited for this episode. I'm excited about this podcast. We have some great things in the pipeline for this show. A lot of good adult combos to come, but for now, we got some things to get into. You ready to dive in?
Ooh, let's do it.
You ready? So yesterday on Spaces, Cardi B, she held the Spaces, and recently she was venting about the pressures of releasing her album. And in addition to venting, she had a few choice words for the podcast host Joe Budden. In the recent episode, the pod host said, "We're never getting a Cardi B album again," and that's what Cardi's gonna be now, a single artist. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he's saying she keep releasing singles and she's not putting out any album projects. He also said, "I'm sure Offset wants Cardi to put out an album," and he emphasized it by saying, "Hey, fellas out there, boyfriends, I'm sure you know that that feeling when your bitch got to get a job." Now, I can't believe he used those choice words, for Cardi. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
very unsettling.
Right?
to me.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm certain that those choice words, from the podcast host, Joe Budden, pushed Cardi to respond with it, with the quote, and I quote, "Always talk shit about me for the past 2 years. You always talk bad shit about me. You do that to Panda." She also confirmed that prior to her fame, she gave Joe Budden a lap dance 2 times at Starlets. And she said he was high as fuck. High as fuck. You know what I'm saying? She said he was off that coke.
Ooh.
She smelled it. I'm like, how the fuck she smell coke?
You could smell coke.
I'm like, do that. You know what I'm saying?
I
But-
heard.
Because Joe Budden, he went to Twitter after, and he was like, "I did not get a lap dance from that girl."
Did he remember?
I don't know.
If it's allegedly on something, then
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Cardi came back and she was like, "It's nothing to brag about. Like, why would I
Right.
brag about giving Joe Budden a lap dance?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, as it related to his comments on Offset, she responded with, "This ain't my little boyfriend. This ain't my baby daddy. This my husband of 7 years." You know what I'm saying? So, she said, "You always trying me." She said she's gonna shine that head of his. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she meant by that. That was felt like a little street reference.
Right.
Like, you gotta chill out, Cardi. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
she's from the Bronx.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Right.
You gotta be careful. So at this time, Cardi, how do you feel about it? You think that she should have kind of waited on addressing these comments with Joe? Should she just ignore the commentary about the album delays? Or do you think Joe maybe was out of line and he was just minding his business? Like, he should have
Right.
minded his business.
It's a few layers here. On one side, I do kind of feel for Cardi.
Mhm.
I just feel like, even though I don't know her personally, we just all watched her rise to the fame. And
That's
just
a fact.
seeing her personality on Instagram and on social media and stuff like that, we kind of know she's a little sensitive and she doesn't take criticism too well.
That's true.
But I do feel like if you're in this game, if you're a rapper or artist, you have to be able to take criticism, take it with a grain of salt. Now, I do feel like maybe Joe Budden, his choice of words might have triggered her a little bit,
Yeah.
which sparked her to kind of go off. Because when Cardi go off, she gonna go off, right?
If you going to say to the man, like, you say, "Bitch,"
Yeah,
you
that's-
call-
I think that's what triggered her. Mentioning her husband.
That's
And then, listen, I don't know if Cardi B makes more than Offset, but not that it matters, but saying like, "Fellas, when you want your bitch to get a job," it's like, nigga, I got a job. I got money. Like, what you worried about it for?
And then also, have Offset going crazy in the crib, like
Right.
fight, doing all types of things.
Right. And you like,
Like him and Amigos already had a situation,
yeah.
and then be disrespecting her like that, and then
Right.
Cardi going on Spaces. It's like, you don't know how Offset feel.
Right.
You know?
And yes, she has been dropping hot singles, by the way. She has been. But I just think like it just takes time to put out an album. Like,
It does.
shout out Rhapsody. It took her 4 years to drop her recent project. Please Don't Cry. Make sure y'all go listen to that.
Yeah,
But and Rhapsody's a lyricist.
she is.
She's a lyricist. Like, no shade to Cardi, but Rhapsody's a lyricist. And if it took a lyricist 4 years to come up with a quality album,
She put out a lot of tracks too. She had a lot of stuff in the vault and everything.
it's very, very personable. So I think that we just gotta give Cardi some grace a little bit and let her take her time. I'm a fan of artists dropping music, but I never pressure them to drop it because you never know what they be going through.
She had WAP shit. People bugging out. People need to chill out.
Yeah, go
Chill
back
out.
to old
Chill out
shit.
on Cardi, man. Let Cardi relax. Let Cardi, you know what I mean? She got the babies, got culture. Boy, let her chill, man.
As long as she don't do us like Rihanna.
I love
Rihanna-
Rihanna though.
I know, I love me some Riri, but
Baby Gang, Riri, ASAP.
hello.
You know what I
They need to
mean?
do a song together.
They do. That'll be fire. That'll be fire.
Making babies and making records. Hello.
Yeah, but she got to take care of the kids right now. Riri, take your time. Take your time. Not too much.
Right.
But we want to hear you.
That part.
But another thing, this is an important election year. So we get to vote once again on who will be our president, our next president. You know what I'm saying? But with that came the recent assassination attempt on the former president, Donald Trump. I know we are late on this, but as it relates to this attempt, here are the facts, right? The shooter was 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks from Pennsylvania, a white man, Republican at that. Hold that L, white America. Hold that L. It wasn't a black man that came and did it. You feel me? It was a white man. Hold that. He shot multiple times and only managed to graze the ear of Trump. Come on, he ain't lit.
Sniper,
He
like
ain't really right. He wasn't right. He ain't hired the right man for the job. Right? Ain't bugging. But people are even snitching on the man now. All the white people, they telling on him. They trying to, but he done. I think they killed him and he got him up out of there.
Yeah.
But they snitching on the whole thing. And Trump is now continuing to campaign, channeling his inner Van Gogh with his earpiece. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
He doing that.
You know what I think?
What?
I think Trump wants to be like 50 Cent. He want to be able to say he got shot and survived. You saw him with the fist.
Yeah, I was feeling that. I was feeling that a little bit. It was gangster. It was gangster.
Oh my God.
I was looking.
It was like a white Tubi movie.
I'm not saying I'm a Republican. Everything that's going on with Trump is very entertaining.
It's entertaining, but it's serious.
It
Like
is
our
serious.
future is literally on the line. Like this Project 2025. Like everything is just so crazy. But yeah, I honestly I don't even know what to think about it because it's like it looks really staged. Like
It did a little bit. I don't think it was staged, but I think it was planned.
yeah,
I think it was
planned. That's a better word. Yeah.
But stage for me means like fake.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
But I think no matter how you feel about a certain candidate, assassination should be out the question.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
yeah.
mean, they have families and children that
A
like to
guy died.
witness them.
A firefighter. died.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nobody even really talking about that so much,
Yeah.
I won't miss Trump, something like that would have happened, but I'm certain his family will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And while assassinations, were a thing of, the past in the United States, these days you won't get away with that.
Right.
So I don't even know why somebody would even attempt to do that. There's too many eyes looking at you, recording every move. You got cell phones, cameras. You
and
got
technology has gotten better over the years.
yeah, it's like, why would you even try that?
It has to be an inside job.
It had to be.
Like-
He was sitting right across on the roof.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
However, though, what we do want you to try is, right? What we do want them to try is to do your own research on the candidates. Do your own research on these candidates. Please do not base your voting decisions on our opinions. We just in here talking shit about something we're not 100% on. Clearly, we're not certain of this, and we do not wish to be held responsible for any of your votes. None of them. Just go do what you want to do. We ain't responsible for that. We just chopping it up.
Right.
Right? But do your research and vote for the candidate that best aligns with your beliefs and the policies that you are best for. Right? Because voting is about policies and electing the candidate that will best represent you. Right? You feel me? Now,
Make sure y'all look up Project 2025. Let's just start there.
yeah, that's a lot. We look into it, but like I said, do your research. I don't want to
Right.
go too crazy on it. They're gonna think I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? But now onto this next topic, which I do wish to bring attention to.
Yeah.
Right. So June was Mental Health Month, right? And even though we are halfway through July, I want to make sure that we are on the same mental health theme. It's important that we stay up. You know what I'm saying? Men are taught and expected to push through no matter the circumstances. But here's the secret. We have feelings too.
Yeah.
We tough, but we have feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And part of pushing through is finding a healthy way to balance out the everyday stresses, a little something in between work. You know what I'm saying? Responsibilities. You got the toxic ex. You just need to beat the hurdle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So here's some things, many ways and things that I think that you could de-stress. Men could de-stress. You know what I'm saying? Ladies too.
Yeah, but especially for men.
Okay.
Because I feel like, women, we are kind of known to be emotional and things like that. So we kind of get a pass.
Yeah.
But if you were to be sad or anything like that, it's like, oh, man up. Men
That's
don't
true.
cry. And I feel like those are bad, phrases to say to a man because it makes you feel like, oh, well, damn, if I'm crying, they're going to judge me and I can't express myself and I can't talk to nobody and da-da-da. So it's like
That's
the fact
true.
that we having this conversation right now, it just further affirms that it's okay for guys to have feelings.
No,
I think
that's
it's
true.
sexy when a guy talk about his feelings.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it's cool. So I like to talk about my feelings sometimes. I also like to go to the gym, work out sometimes, make sure I do my push-ups if I don't go to the gym.
So wait, so are these ways you kind of like cater to your mental health and just
Yeah, gotta get my nails done sometimes, got a facial, haircut, pump it down, got no hair, gotta get the haircut. You gotta do that. Sometimes go shopping, you know what I mean? Get fly real quick. But you gotta treat yourself right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, men out there, travel, look for yourself. Sometimes cleaning the house, you know what I'm saying? Smoking a blunt, something. Listen to some good music. You feel me? Cannabis is legal now. You go to the dispensary and get you some cannabis. It's legal. You know what I mean? Play a sport, basketball, football, tennis, take a nap.
Right.
Man, get a joint.
Yeah.
You get your man, go get crazy.
Right.
Crazy. Have some sex. You gotta release that tension.
Right.
It's real. People are adults and you don't want to do anything that's gonna hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta relieve that stress. Take a walk, hang out with the homies, your homegirls. What else? Meditate. Do some deep breathing exercises. It's a lot you could do. The ladies, they got hot yoga. You know what I'm saying? Pilates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. Go to Lifetime Fitness, nice gym membership.
Right. Might meet you somebody.
Yeah, and Lifetime Equinox. Treat yourself right. You don't always gotta go to the park. You don't always, you may be in Planet Fitness. Your friend may got the Lifetime membership.
Right.
Go with them for the day.
But how do you feel about therapy?
Therapy, I do think people should go to therapy.
Okay.
Like if people want to seek that and speak to somebody else if they don't have a friend or somebody to talk to, or sometimes their own thoughts are too much.
Right.
I do think that people should seek therapy. I think that is a good thing to do. And here in New York City, there's a lot of free options and a lot of programs that people can get into so that they can get those resources. So, I'm pretty sure if you can call 311 and or Google and ask the right questions to get to where you need to get to. And man, even if you can't and you want to hit us up, hit us up at the Files Are Done podcast, send in a question, we can help you, meditate through the pod. We'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? So, so while you may not be able to indulge on all of the above that we just spoke about at one time, do a little something, each weekend. You deserve it. Why not? Treat yourself. Know what I mean? Right? They got to treat themselves, L'Oreal. They got to look good, smell good.
Hello.
All right.
Now, Doug, you mentioned that, we basically are halfway through July and June just passed. So you know what that means? There's a brand new batch of high school graduates.
It's a fact.
How scary is that?
It is scary, but congratulations, y'all.
Yes, big congratulations. Welcome to the real world. I mean, do you remember when you were finally done with high school?
I remember. I remember.
Right. What was your high school?
I went to high school in Queens, Francis Lewis. It was lit, though.
Okay.
It was lit.
I mean, for me, it was lit. I went to a few different high schools, but my mother was basically like, either you're going to get a job or you're going to go to college. And I was like, I'm going to go to college. So shout out SUNY Buffalo State. But,
you ain't have to work hard that fast.
Right.
I know. So for me, it was an uncertain time. You know what I mean? I mean, the world opens up to you and you don't really know which direction you're going to go into. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know really. So I was confused, but I went away to go to South Carolina State.
Mm,
Yeah, I went away to South Carolina State.
that's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That's dope. Well, you know what? For anyone out there just struggling to find their way, we are here to share some tips. All right. Now, for those that just got out there are several options available to you and some tips on prepare for those things. Now, if you are going straight to college, big congratulations. Another 4 more years of studying. Don't worry, you're going to do just fine. Nothing to stress over. I mean, college is basically one big ass high school. I mean, right? It's just
Yeah.
more responsibilities, curriculums, different syllabuses, campuses, professors, term papers, and deadlines. I mean, light work.
That's a fact. That ain't light. That ain't light. Deadlines? Papers?
Yeah, but it does really prepare you for the real world. And remember, you are paying for it, so you might as well make it count. Do your best to pass and maintain the highest GPA as possible, and try to land that student job because you know what? You are going to be broke. And besides, a little work experience on your resume is definitely going to come in handy later. Now, if you're going through some struggles and, everything is just stressing you out, I want you to envision your graduation, crossing that finish. Now, if you're going through some things and you're having a hard time, I want you to envision your graduation, crushing that stage, and it will make the whole experience so worth it. Wouldn't you agree, Dub?
Yeah. I remember applying to colleges and trying to pick a major. The community helped me push through a lot. You know what I mean? Those were good times, also scary times, like we spoke about. But it would have been easier for me if I had those tips that you just said, El. You know what I mean?
Well, I got some more tips.
All right, well, tell me.
Well, if you are going to get a job, the best way to climb that corporate ladder is to focus and master the task at hand. Do not stay at a job longer than 2 years. Once you've had enough, just push for better. This is my favorite one. Chase the title, not the money. If you have more experience, work title, or position, the pay and the benefits will come with it. So chase that title. This is another tip that really helped me. Maximize that 401 contributions. Man, I ain't gonna lie, a couple months ago, I couldn't pay my rent. But big shout outs to one of my former bosses. He secretly signed me up for 401k and I didn't even know. When I looked in it, I had enough money to cover rent for 6 months. So shout outs to you. Definitely want to use your medical benefits and your time off. I mean, they are paid, so you might as well. And most importantly, don't become a slave to the chase, balance out.
Balance it.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
Working gonna be a never ending cycle. You don't want to just work to pay bills. You want to work to live your life, right, though?
Yeah, you got to enjoy. Working is kind of a way, of the man. It is the way of the man.
Right.
It can lead to a lot of rut and definitely add a lot of stress. Trying to make ends meet to pay bills and take care of yourself sometimes can weigh on you. However, I believe that having money also enhances the quality, of life. You feel me? So just gotta have an end goal in mind. If you're trying your next move, nothing wrong with that. Just make the time work for you.
Yes.
Don't make the time for work. Make the time work for you.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Now, remember, you don't get this time back. You won't get to be this age again. Figure out what brings you joy and research how to monetize that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Volunteer as much as you can. It will help you identify what you do and don't like. Intern, whatever the experience will be rewarding, then the pay.
Can I add to that too?
Talk to me.
Get you a mentor.
Okay.
Because that mentor that you work with, let's say you want to work at BET. Let's say you get a mentor at BET and it's time to get hired. You're going to get right in, baby. So get yourself a mentor in the field that, you think you want to go in.
Yeah, even pick a hobby to cater to your mental health and make the time work for you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Don't freeload without a purpose. Help out with a bit of manual labor, since you can't contribute to the cost of living, and embrace your domestic side, stay in touch with your high school peers, no matter what you decide to do later on, having a network of people, that you grew up with that can collaborate with you later on, achieving success, it makes everything comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with figuring things out and taking time to do so. I mean, this is the rest of your life, and decisions shouldn't be rushed.
Oh.
You see me? Decisions should not be rushed. Do however, stay active mentally and physically. And most importantly, that last takeaway that L'Oreal said, stay in touch with a potential network.
Yes.
All amazing tips, L'Oreal. Thank you.
You're so dumb.
Thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Well, folks, let's wrap up our first episode. Tune in for the next episode where we will be discussing more trending topics and, of course, bringing forth engaging conversations. Right, L'Oreal?
That's a fact, Dub.
You know, if you like today's episode, please let us know via our social medias and catch us on the next episode of the Files with Dub podcast. On Instagram, it's the Files with Dub. On Twitter, the Files with Dub. Also, on Twitter Spaces every Monday night, we got a show with Rocky Thunder and Taxstone at 8 p.m. Check me out. And the universe rewards hustle. And I'm your host, Dub, along with my co-host, L'Oreal. And we are out. Peace. And we'll be back with the Fives.